Hey everybody, and welcome to the Whittle's Read. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear the background noise here, but it's absolutely pouring outside, and I've got a window right there. And the clouds are really glary, so I hope I'm not just squinting throughout this whole thing, or that if I do, it makes me look cool and mysterious rather than in pain. But anyway, let's talk about books, because the last video was fine, but it wasn't very booky. But the good news is, I think my methods have worked. And I'm getting back onto a book kick, and there's more reading I want to do. And part of that is this. I'll slightly slide out of the way. So, this is, in theory, a TBR. Even if it isn't a strict TBR, these are at the very least books I can't wait to get to, some of which I've meant to have gotten to already. So, I'll walk down the line. I felt like maybe picking something else up because, philosophy, the other book I'm reading right now I have off to the side, Fear and Trembling by Kierkegaard. I've talked about it in too many videos because I've been reading it for such a long time, but I thought, maybe reading something else would just get the passion back, but I don't want to abandon this, and I'm afraid that's what I do. And luckily it took one line, the first line of the Word for World is Forest by Ursula Guin, to make me completely passionate about reading again. I'm going to have to read it. I don't know if people hate when I read quotes from books. It might be horrible, but I need to read this one. I just read this and went, oh, that's good writing. Okay, yeah, I've been missing it. I need to jump back in. And the quote is, so this is chapter 1, first line of the book. 2 pieces of yesterday were in Captain Davidson's mind when he woke, and he lay looking at them in the darkness for a while. I don't know why, just the idea of pieces of yesterday. I just love that metaphor. It was just enough for me just to, I don't know, it just made me realize what I was missing, so I wanted to jump back into books immediately, and so I'm doing that. I'm powering through the end of Fear and Trembling, but I'm actually engaging more with the material. That's the thing. If you read it passionlessly, you just kind of read through it and you don't really grasp the concepts. Meanwhile, I'm like reading over many sentences, to try to actually understand what they're saying, which is kind of the whole point of reading it, but I feel like I'm actually getting something out of it, which is good. Anyway, the rest of this line. Dracula, Bram Stoker. I might have talked about this edition before. This is I've talked about the series. This is a Knickerbocker by Race Point Publishing. Absolutely adore these, and this particular cover, this is one I've wanted for a while, and it just, I don't know, I find it haunting. Just the red, especially the bright red bookmark. What would it be called? It's not even a bookmark, it's not like a ribbon, it's just kind of a piece of elastic. I love how, even though this is all red, this stands out on it even more. I love this kind of, for horror books and creepy books, I love just completely white with just a hint of red or something like that. Just the idea of, I don't know, if I have to really go to the symbolism of it, a cover where it's like, the pristine white makes it think everything is fine, but there's just a little bit of something underneath. The idea of not just abject horror, but a mystery, or as things get progressively worse. I like that idea. The next one, Two Towers by R R Tolkien. These actually overtaken me in reading Lord of the Rings, and that's unacceptable, so I have to catch up. And I'm really looking forward to this one. It seems to be smaller than Fellowship, so it won't be as much of an undertaking either. But yeah, I'm going to need to get lost in some fantasy world soon. Now, All Our Shimmering Skies, this one, and To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Paolini, both of them were pre-orders, which I was so ready to get for, and I was just going to finish my current read before I dived into them, and then that's kind of around when my pauses happened, so I've been so excited for these books, waited for months for them to be delivered on the pre-order, and then once they got here, I didn't actually read them, and so I need to catch up. So, All Our Shimmering Skies, Australian author Trent Dalton, he did one of my favourite books ever, Boy Swallows Universe. This one is historical fiction set during the Japanese bombing of Darwin in World War II, I believe. But I'm going to have to dive into that properly. And the cover is stunning. It's incredible artwork, and I already love the cover of Boy Swallows Universe, and I think this one might be even better. Now, Dune. I kind of put this here, I guess for aesthetic reasons. I don't know exactly why I decided on this order, but I'm technically reading Dune. I'm reading it with V at the moment, but we're both so busy that we're not able to commit to the schedule of 50 pages a night like we were aiming to. We've just read the first chapter, and my god, what a chapter. Such an incredible chapter. That whole speech, Fear is the Mind Killer. Oh, I want a sticker of that, and I want to put it on everything I own. I'm already loving this book, and so, this is one of the ones that appeared on videos of, books I think will be 5 stars. it's kind of already there. I don't think anyone needs to be anxious about how that one's going to turn out. I'm loving it. It's just everything I'd hope for it to be. At the very end there, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. That is a book I'm very excited. Oh, hopefully you guys can see it. I might just grab it out, just in case. And yes, signed author's copy. Got it from Blackwell's online. Please also buy from Blackwell's if you want to. There's the signature. Oh, and I think we also have a Blackwell's affiliation code if you want to use it, but that's entirely your call. So, written by the author of Eragon. The Inheritance Cycle, that whole series of books was one of the most influential in my childhood, and I absolutely love that. And, you know, I'm going to have to see. I read that as a kid. I don't remember Paolini as a writer. I wasn't exactly a literary critic at like 13. So we'll see diving back into it. I've heard good things, so I'm hopeful, but I should probably put a bit of a buffer between it and Dune, because putting any sci-fi after Dune might not be the best idea. So we're just going to have to see how that goes. But yeah, this lineup of books is what I'm looking to read soon, and it's sci-fi and fantasy heavy. We've got a bit of horror, because I'm still trying to make up for... I never did Spooktober. I got a bunch of books ready for it, and it never happened. It never happened, so I need to scare myself now to make up for it before, because I enjoy pain. And then a bit of Australian fiction, yeah, sci-fi, horror. It's my stuff. It's my bag. I'm just trying to get back into it. Yeah, my goal is still, I'm at 42 this year. I want to get to 50 by the end of the year, and you know my semester's about to end at the very beginning of December, so it might be a mad rush there at the end. So I think that's it. I think that's where I'm going to leave off. Just a little bit about these books. I'm very excited for them, and I'm excited to read again. You know, it just takes a little bit of working out and mental headspace work to try to work out why you're not reading and why you might be holding yourself back. But I think I've nailed it. I think I've worked it out. I've got the passion back for reading. I have things that I want to read. So I think I'm all good. So yeah, hopefully videos start coming up pretty regularly again soon, if not more regularly. Who knows? No promises. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for waiting and coming back to watching a video that's more book related. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to comment or like or subscribe or those things, please do. That would be great. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.